I hear I dream a genie. Or no, be difficulty right now, and I have no idea why. Trying to figure out exactly why that is. Does not make any sense. I know you probably could hear me but not see me. So give me a few minutes. I am not sure what is going on there. I might have to restart the show. Now, if you want to, I'm on live, but then all you're going to, on YouTube. Oh, why did I hit update? It's one of those things. Why? Okay, so the video, can you hear me at all? Anybody out there? Because I've got to see if I is trying to look.
I can see you obviously, but not on.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will just have to probably, not happy with this. Not happy with this.
I can hear.
Okay.
So, but all I see is a white screen, yes.
Okay, so I'll be back in just a few moments. Please find me again in a few minutes. The only way to get the audio input, like I said, the OBS is not working. If you're on those other channels, you can go to YouTube and watch. Look for Medicine Woman Solution or me, Medicine Woman Brenda. The only other thing I can think of is that I'm going to have to drop my other channels and just go with the one and not use OBS, which means I won't have anybody on today. Unless we can hold off and understand that if I can get it fixed, then I'll be back. Okay, so I'll be back. Oh boy. What the? All right, bring this up. Why did OBS have to F it up? You know what I mean? Yes, do you want to save changes? No. Yes, okay. This audio, the input is not working. Settings, video. Looks just right, except nothing's different. Stop streaming. I think it has to do with the room. I think somehow it's not, because you're supposed to push 80. Okay, so then it's supposed to go and pick up match automatically. Well, it's not automatically picking up. Why isn't it automatically picking up? Zoom room. Yes. How about Zoom altogether? Got nothing. How about this one? That's not going to work. How about I'm wondering if Zoom and OBS has issues today. Maybe it's a password thing that. I guess I'll just look it up.
I did not need a password to get in.
What the fuck's this? Who changed the thing? Choose the streaming software. We already did. Why doesn't it work? Connect. It's not working. So now I gotta go to OBS. OBS updates. And Zoom. That's not going to help me. Okay, they got no. I must be one of the first. God damn it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. suggest you thumbs up on my old videos and leave comments so that we can start a rapport to get the ratings up. That would be, no, it's the right camera. Resolution. Well, why was this a video camera?
I've got some of the girls from class wondering if it's their devices.
Wait, what? Oh, no, this is definitely me. I downloaded the darn thing they told me to do before I could run the show. And of course, on top of trying to order my food, go down here. And it is not working. All it gives me is a white screen, people. Oh, that makes me so sad. I got to get this fixed before the next show. Okay, I guess I'll have no choice. This isn't going to work, so. And I'm not going to have any Zoom, people. That means I have to go live through. Let's see, I don't want that. Create live stream. We'll have to start all over again. Okay, so what we're going to do today is a lot of fun stuff. Bring people through. That would be absolutely great. Because I want to give hope. And we will see what happens. No, it's not gaming. Don't even think of that. Pages you manage. So hopefully, maybe the second one. So we have to understand, repeat things all of a sudden. We must be in a particular loop. What in the world's going on? I know we're reconnecting and connecting. That's good. There's something I'm not seeing. Show me what it is so I can get on live. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're having liftoff. We're going to do something completely different. Hopefully you still can hear me. Will not be using Zoom, but I still can cross-post to all of my other pages, which is a good thing. And the message is very strong and clear for today. And one of the things that it's come across is, have you ever noticed that we haven't really developed an emotional quotient? We haven't developed this ability to move forward in such a way that we can allow ourselves to not have to be hurt by everything. These light codes that are popping on are helping people now to not have to take offense as fast or become aware of the behavior, the inner importance of all of the things that you're ready to resolve, to evolve with. And there's a lot of concern, all these different theories, all of these different, what the world do you call it? All these different conspiracy theories, which is theories in itself. It's important to understand that, do you know what string theory is? Do you know that if you look in the mirror, just imagine you look in a mirror like this, major consciousness that's thinking, that's moving forward, that is, how else you want to put it? It's like the idea realm. So all these ideas get to come through, all of these ways of being get to come through, and it changes how we see things. So your level of consciousness, What are you going to learn through? That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and seventh. I mean, we're opening up the crown chakra. And we have more than just this life. We have an accumulation of all of our experience. We're a sum total. But that's a belief under transition. And that's exactly what's happening. As you begin to move through these different stages of who you are, you're moving into a space that allows you to become more fully aware of the type of language you use, the type of emotions that are caught or trapped. Simply put, if you get pissed off all the time, or if you took the temperament of being angry all the time, understand that's trapped. It's not just a personality. For instance, what happens is that you're happy, all of a sudden something throws you off that happiness, and if it's scary or anything like this, you are going to mark it. And if you really are in shock, or you really don't know how to cope, how do I solve it? Maybe eat more food, swear some more, be angry, put up my wall, don't let any people in. How do we protect the heart? And if we don't have the tools to help us evolve from those, we will then take on these different type of personalities and different type of temperaments. And it's like one long ass temper tantrum. If you are upset, that's fine. You're registering it. If you process it through and clean it all out, you can move in a certain way of being, and you can evolve and find more about your authenticity, which is what up on the iPad. I can't really see how you got to really see how this is important, these particular stages. And that is what we're doing in this new era. You can't just be this fear. You can actually make a choice now. Wow, Amy, you're so close. I got through to her. So understand that you have to be okay with what you want people to understand and teach you. With this physical issues that are happening out here, the coronavirus physical issues that are happening, what does it do to our emotions? What does it do to our spirituality? What does it do? Most of you, your light codes are coming on to feel, to sense things in the room. Some of them, if we don't quite know, oh my God, it's a boogeyman. Oh man, it's something scary. And a lot of times it's just your partner, doing stinking thinking in their head. But what do we do with that? The image, God, I'm scared. You know what? You betrayed me. These are all the levels that are beginning to develop and mature and to evolve out of. So having a simple conversation, we used to be just separated with our shadow selves, and now we're coming together. And that means that even though we have to do separation, that's learning how to define our boundaries of our energy fields, how our emotions are our own, how people show up to us is no other way than we let them. We live in a land of an illusion, a hologram, and these are mirrors, aspects of all the things that we encountered throughout life, throughout time, throughout this era. We are moving into another state that, and I mean state, I mean like mindfulness state. We have to develop out of the ego mindset and into the spiritual mindset. It's time to move out of just being human, but becoming into a spiritual human. It's time to address how your little ages, have controlled this type of living for such a long time. The more your level of consciousness, which are chakras, you understand? Levels of consciousness. No one can hear you beyond their level of consciousness. And some consciousness carry a higher frequency, which means that it's like this. Why is it half of us can't with our sensory system? Because it is a limitation. And if you understand, like we use the eyes, we can only see a certain color, a certain frequency at all times. If you go out and you have animals see different than people. And if you have different levels of frequencies, you're going to do different things. Hearing, And the older you get, the certain vibrations you don't hear anymore. Now, not all of us have to fall in line with certain issues. We can actually move beyond this. Okay, we really can. But with the things life with who you really are, and these are, you have to start becoming responsible for the energy you bring into the room. So if you bring in huffy puffiness and you're hiding it, that just happen. That's your intuition that begins to pick up on a slight frequency that allows you to, I believe it's time to bring to you, and stop thinking that you're just a human being walking around. You are so much more than that. You are a spiritual human. It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with going in and coming out and developing a new level of consciousness and a new perspective. And we are going to learn how to look at the kaleidoscope of life. You're going to look at the catalog of life. And I feel like it's time for all of us to understand that if you're going to be looking at all these theories, you are lining up dimensionally to that belief system, to that value, to that level of consciousness, to that level of fear, to that level of how you think that life should be played out, because what you think attracts. We follow energy. And if your fear, you're choosing to say, I haven't evolved past fear, then you will line up to things other people won't. So when you're telling your conspiracy theory or all the proofs that you have and other people haven't, and you think they're crazy and stupid, understand your level of intelligence hasn't moved. It's learning to respect the other designer, the other creator, the other part of you that has taken a different journey to develop and with this idea world. Now, you start to remove the fear. You start to balance out those brains energetically. You are a sustainable human, and that is what needs to be taught. Balancing the brain, balancing the emotions. The emotions will kick the fears. If you were to take and take care of that caudate nucleus, that is your biology of fear. It is that part of you that says, I am the fear barrier. The more fear or the more emotion that vibrates to cause that fear to cause you to become blocked, you can't let in new healthy alignments or divine timing. Divine timing will always happen, but what mindset are you choosing to be in? Are you going to be in hell or in heaven? Which are states of being? Are you going to be in your spiritual mindset, or are you going to be in your ego mindset? The interesting part is you're all going to be starting to wake up to hearing emotions sound differently. You're going to start having, what do you want to call it? Yes, it is that Mandela effect. The Mandela effect has to do with just like a certain little variations will begin to change. And that's what's happening in our consciousness. So here we have a book. It has a title of the book. And we known it for all our life. But all of a sudden, if that one word changes in the title, and if our change at a time, as that one thing begins to change, you can step into the arena that allows you to develop with consciousness, the level of the collective, allows you to develop with your consciousness of developing the upper chakras as you heal the first lower three, which are about safety, security, and stability. It's about consuming. Our first three chakras are about consuming. And what are we doing in this world? We're learning how to change this consumption that we do. You are beginning to learn that you are more than just what people tell you that you are. You are beginning to wake up that 90% of your thoughts that you have today is what you had the day before, and you had the day before, and they had the day before. All of a sudden you're like, Jesus, I wish you would stop doing that. What happens is this repulsion happens. You begin to build an intolerance. When you begin to build the consciousnesses, that's not what you thought in the past, and that's not what your roots are saying now. You're still saying you despise that person no matter how many times you tell yourself you like them. you have to understand that those emotions, the way you think, oh, they hurt me. Oh, I got to protect myself. Oh, when we have to keep playing that game, it really takes a toll on our physical being, our mental being, and our emotional being. It causes us to have spiritual issues, and that's what we're doing and saying, thank you, Spirit. I know there's something, divine timing, divine alignment. Get on your magic carpet. Now, what I mean by that is there's actually a process I teach people how to do so that you can really begin to tell when you are in that divine alignment energy. Right now, I can feel that my legs are in it. I'm going to have to mute you, Amy, or you mute me, because all I can hear you is making noise. I don't know if it's the cat or what it is. We have a different system to come out and start doing certain classes. They are not the format you wish or you're told is the most important. You have to have a PDF. You have to have this. You have to have that. Spirit teaches in a different way. And so how I want to launch this, which is almost any day now, it is the tribal unit. I feel it's so much necessary for a lot of you to get out of your hells, to learn how you don't have to go into this state. If you're there, you don't waste it. You don't sit there and yell at yourself. You go, oh, I'm in it, which is the habit field. We'll teach you how to change that. We'll teach you how to, there's all different things, but you have to understand that in this tribal unit, this is when the classes and the things you'll learn, that will be later. If you want to do one-on-one privates, that can be arranged. But to begin with, we're trying to set up a little tribal unit, like a community, that has to do with helping you. Is this language I'm using, is it in judgment or not? Okay, that's very important. You start to learn discernment. Okay, well, I don't quite see it in judgment. Which words are they? What emotions are there? Change this. Okay, so it changes your thinking here. It helps you begin to see things, because when your emotions are in charge, it messes with your thinking and your mind so that you can't think anymore in any other way than your parameters of hell tell you so. Now, stage you pay, some people can't afford, and so some people have less, but there'll be different avenues of paying at different rates. If you want to join something very specific, I will have one live meditation month, and then I may have some small ones that are just thrown in there for whatever spirit reason it is. I will have a healing. They're taking each healing tool, demonstrating it, and then answering all of your, how to fine tune it for you, how to understand, to forgive yourself, how to do these things. Then these healing tools will just go boom, and they will actually begin to be your best friend. And that's what we're shooting for. We are taking your emails, hours. Now, what's important about this group healing is that there'll be different types of group healing. It'll be Hope Therapy group healing. There will be Source Point group healing. And I want you to understand, if you don't get it, if you don't get what's going on in this world, or you do get it and you have this all figured out, you have to understand a lot of it has to do with the way your two hemispheres work. How to get yourself back in balance. You don't need any bells and whistles. When I started out in this, Spirit said, you know, your mind and your hands are great, but people need something to hang on to. So bells and whistles. I'm like, what are bells and whistles? Well, flashy objects, things that people can hang on to and grasp, because we're not quite there. And I said, oh, okay. So then when they started telling me that I need to teach this, they told me, well, you don't have bells and whistles, but you have to base it on how they know themselves, which is experiences and measuring, so that their brain can start holding the difference. More information that you give your brain, the brain gets to predict better. So I was hoping to have my Zoom so that I can invite several people on, so we could have done this as a very much of a group session, and I could still hear you. So there is still that option we can do. And it is nice to see people in the room. It is wonderful to see all of you. Let me just say thank you very much for all of this. Yeah, this is getting real. I know your area, Kevin, where you're at, that's really getting real. Here in Australia, we have been really doing that social distancing taking it to that understanding. So Vicki, everybody in there, can you hear me? Because Amy says she can't hear me. YouTube, can you hear me? Everybody. So it's that camera, or is it just you, Amy?
I think it's just me.
So do I. Okay, so we'll find that we're out of alignment.
I can find you on Medicine Woman Britta.
My normal page, you can't see me?
Playing your video.
Are you guys having problems? British Columbia, good. Yes, and yeah, our numbers are low. We have what I found, which again, hardest part is going out there to get the groceries. I got lucky and got locked in, and so on the 14th, we'll actually get some food delivered. No, you can't get toilet paper, you can't get flour, so I can't make my homemade bread. I can't eat normal bread, but I will have to figure out something because I like bread. So we'll have to see. Okay, Tammy says she can see me on my main page now. See, I've got it on 6 avenues. We have, there's 2 Medicine Women Brendas, 1 Medicine Woman Solution, and then 2 others plus a bunch of groups. So the main page, Lillian, everybody says they can see me, so it has to be something that's going on with you. Do you need to reboot your computer or something, Ames? Oh, thank you, Marie. She said, we're truly blessed in Australia. Yes, we are. Yes, I hear you both perfectly here on Facebook. Excellent. Okay. So yes, we have, and we have an app, believe it or not. Wait, hold on. Confirmed is 36. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's excellent. I think we're actually only had 2 yesterday of, but it was the airport, which I still can't understand why the airports are still running. They're introverts anyway. So hooray for my children to copy mommy. Yeah, we put ourselves in social lockdown, but we lived that way. And the only reason that I can't say I did it sooner, we've been doing it for 3 weeks, but I had to go to the doctors, and that's the only reason I started intermingling with people. And then usually I only go out once a week, grocery store, get my stuff, and then you are my family, you are my tribe, you are here, and then so I get to communicate with you guys. Ego takes over. It makes you go into high beta, and it makes you do stinking thinking, but you don't hear it. You don't know it. You think you're doing just fine. And in reality, it's the vibration, the frequency, those are low. Tammy says, I live 20 minutes from the U.S. border. Really? Here in Canada, our numbers are way low. Good. Okay, that's great to hear, Canada. It really is. And I wanted to show you. This is I can't tell you how much I want to launch this, but new information keeps coming in for me. It's called Source Point Self-Healing. When I started doing it months back, my belief was, oh, you can't take care of a headache, a migraine. You can't take care of aches and pains. You can't take spinning out. You can't take care of that. And my belief system, even though I EFT'd and all of those belief systems out, and I can't tell you how important it is to stop the BS, the belief systems that control your life, because it can be a bunch of bullshit belief systems, and we don't have to believe everything that we tell ourselves. But it was, the other one was a physical issue. Then we had an emotional issue, and like the one between S and D, I think it was, wasn't it? Or V and S. But anyways, their thinking was off, and so we had to just balance the brain. It is no magic woo-woo. You are the tool. And what happened was I had already experienced months of working on my husband and myself and getting major results. I'd look at my husband, he's like, and I'm like, okay, rub, 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 rub. You learn how to rub points. You go a little bit further. You learn how to balance one side versus the other. You learn a little bit more with magnets. So there's all these different stages. So he's like, oh my God. I'd be like, rub. It's like, oh, and you can see it in their faces. You can see it in their eyes. They're not feeling flat. They're not having that negative stinking thinking. And so when I see people going into high beta, that means that they're off the rocker. They can't stop thinking. They go into fear. They go into paranoia. All the energies are up here, do this and that. And I've been doing my best to help my students, because we only meet once a week, to cards when you're effed up, and that's mentally and emotionally and all of the shit, and that you're in high beta, because you're going to give yourself such extremely mixed messages. But as they do this, they will pull themselves out without any other tool but themselves, and using their fingers or their thumbs after accumulation, retraining. But it's important to get back online with your divine, authentic self in a matter of seconds, instead of having to be in it for days and weeks and months ends. One of my students had to go a whole week, and we get to class and it's like, oh my goodness. And then throughout the whole class, I'm listening to the soul going, and I'm like, okay, it's time. And so I said, you ready? And she said, yes. And the next thing you know, it's about that awareness. It's about all this. It's very, very important. So I'm asking Spirit, with the complete format of what I promised, we have completely changed. Now I'm asking, how do we do what the thing we're going to do? Okay, first you have to learn to measure yourself. Okay? That means you have to start paying attention to your thoughts. You have 41 thoughts with that. I'm going to mute you a little bit, Amy. I'm all fine with that, but the problem is that I got distracted. Now I can't remember what was fine with 41 thoughts. And you go into I have to, overcome. That doesn't really work. It works. Your roots are still there. At least the firing and wiring stops, which means you're not laying down another set of tracks that says I have to stay further in hell and go farther in hell. That's overcoming, works great. It helps you pull out of your fears. It helps you pull out, because then the caudate nucleus says, okay, I don't have to start throbbing and have to control things. Everything's calm. You can kind of trick it. And then you can bring in different thoughts. Problem is the body says, we'll learn about that later. But measuring how you feel. Just think about it, because all I know is that I felt like, if I feel like shit, on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being 4. Okay, I'm flat, or I'm angry. Emotions will be your bigger thing. And even when you feel I can't figure it out, that is important. When you say I can't figure it out, that's a say you can't figure it out. Your body is saying you can't figure it out. It's like when I have to go to the bathroom and I refuse to go in the bathroom, and I'll say, God, I gotta pee. And then I ignore myself. A little later, sometimes I'll be talking to Amy, and about 3 times, I gotta pee. And she goes, just go. I'm like, yes, why am I ignoring my but we tell ourselves, I can't figure it out. It's the same as I have to pee. Your body's talking to you. Now, the body also talks in another way. Aches, pains, groans, moans. You have to learn how to listen to it. But when you feel like you're on death's door and you're like, I just don't want to be here anymore, your brain, and I've watched the 2 hemispheres, whoop, the number will either drop down from 0 to 10 will drop, or it'll go 10 above. Now my students are going, wait a minute, what? Well, I give them a different scale. They're going to learn on that little scale, and then we'll advance them later. So just understand, you still can measure it, whether it's over or under. Though your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere, if they're over or under, can cause you to have depression, can cause you to have anxiety, can cause you to be sick. Understand these emotions. Now, this is what the interns are going to talk about, or whatever, you're going to ask them, well, what do I do? Well, here's a tool. Oh, if it's that bad here, go make an appointment with Brenda. This is my experience I've had with healing tools. This is what I've learned when I started applying the glossary. You're getting there. I'm watching it. Now, how do all of you feel? So we're going to do the left side, and the majority of the people that are watching, the hardest part is to single you out. I will pay attention to this. We're going to end up doing the left brain, And you're going to then, so I'm looking to see if anybody that is saying, okay, so Betty's playing. And we're going to take that first. And again, everybody who says, I'm going to do this. We got LaRonda. Good. So Betty's left brain is over. It's over. Left for you, Betty, is towards self, left brain. And then you're going to, because she already knows the source point, she's going to hold the triple, the TE, the triple warmer, number 4. And again, only on the left side. Okay. And just understand, with Betty, you are 19. So when I double check, you have to tell me I am left 19 or whatever, and I will check you. So we're going to go to LaRonda. LaRonda, your left brain is a 5. You also have to write down left brain towards self, and you have to rub the BL 64. I'll show you the picture for those that don't have the chart. No worries there. We have Melinda. Melinda, you are over. Left need to rub the triple warmer. So let me get the chart so that people that don't have them, this is what we're going to do. So with you, Melinda, it's on the back. See this left side only, please. And that right where the dip is, it's right there in the middle, the exact middle. Get in there and rub it. You're going to get in there and rub it 30 times. You're going to assess whether it is a soft, hard, sore. Yeah, you're like, ooh, yeah. Okay, so then we're going to go on to Kevin. Kevin, you will go ahead and your left brain is, hey, your left brain's good, Kevin. But they said that they want you to tweak it. So you're going to write down left brain towards self. And you're, wow, this is a new one. You're going to go to the right side. You're going to think left brain, but you're going to do the right side. And you're going to hold the right triple warmer. We're going to tweak your brain. That's what we're going to do. So now I'm curious with Kevin, how's he's right? Okay, so Kevin's brain left and right is balanced, but we're tweaking. So we have to remember that. So do you want him to say tweaking? No, just say towards self, hold just the right side to do the left half of the brain. Okay. Then we're going to go on to go and you're going to use your left side. So you think left brain, you're going to grab under the pinky, right where it bends, and you're going to rub 30 times, 30 times. Get in there and rub it 30 times. Okay. And now we're going to go on to Vicky. Vicky, and on the left side, you have to go do the heart point. Okay. Patricia, right there. Give it that good 30 times. Okay. Okay. Jennifer Osika. Oh, okay. Yours is a little different. You're going to write down, okay, so your left brain is a 4. So you think left brain epigenetic towards self. And you're going to rub the heart point right here. Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, Teresa's left brain is a 6. Okay. You write down left brain towards self, and you're going to do left side, and it's the middle point right there. Okay, so this is, and for you, because you do have a chart, it's the pericardium. Okay, PC7. Pilly's playing. Okay, Pilly, yours is, you're going to write down left brain towards self. And you are going to understand that it's on the outside of your leg. You're going, it's the pinky. You go right in the middle, and you just right in the middle. You can't miss it. Just rub that whole area. Okay, and only the left side. All right, and now we're going to go to Melinda, Melanie. Melanie. I already did the other one. Brain towards self. And you're going to do the liver point, which is on the top foot. Remember, only the left side. That is between the big toe and The second toe, you're going to come together at the two bones where the peak meets. That's where you rub 30 times. Amy, your left brain is 0. You must be spinning. Okay, so she's the only one that's okay. So her left brain is spinning. So you got 0 energy going there. So you have to write down left brain towards self, and you're going to rub the heart, left side only, Amy. It's a 10, and her right brain is over. So your right brain is over. So we're going to do right brain. Think right brain. You're going to do the right side, and you're going to do the liver, LR3, just so you know. And so, okay. Now, okay, Kevin is now whatever your number. So you're tweaking. So you got to write some stuff down so I can keep up with the thoughts, because it's too much going through my head. Kevin, you're tweaking. Let me look. You're still holding up above. So we're going to do up above as below. So if you understand how we're made of figure eights, and so the energy will come up and meet at the, so you have to write down, you have to say connecting solar towards self. Really? Okay. We're going to do apparently equations today. Hang in, Ames. Solar towards self. You're going to say conception. And then you're going to take and you're going to, oh, Kevin, you got the source points too. That's great. Where's my, so on the inside leg, you can rub it. You need to get a magnet. Do both sides of the magnet intentionally, fully, not half-assed, and it will start balancing this, okay? Melinda's left is good. Melinda's right is down to a 0. Melinda, you're right. You're going to say right brain, and you are going to, and the number of your, okay, so then you're going to take, we're going to go with Jennifer. Are we still playing? Did you rub it? Pilly's left brain is good. Pilly's right brain is down to a 4. Oh, you have a broadcast. So what do you want her to do? Towards herself. Stop yelling at yourself, for one. You got a broadcast message that you're yelling at yourself. So towards self. So you're going to write down right brain towards self. And you got to stop making yourself it, for one. You have to put right brain broadcast towards self. And then you got to rub the heart, darling. Good 30 times, please. Let's see, LaRonda. LaRonda's left is good. LaRonda's right is a 2. And you too, LaRonda, broadcast towards self and heart. Okay, I think you're picking up Amy. I feel an energy. That's okay. You're going to learn how to connect up in a minute. But LaRonda, you're going to think that. Now, Patricia's left. I just broke my, oh, well. It's all over, leaking all over. Okay, energetically, I'm going to have to make a right brain towards self, and you're going to rub the spleen, which is it. So we cleared part of that up. So you're going to go left side for you. Just remember, here it's on the outside of your foot, and there in front, where the bend is, right in front of the big bone. You're done. Pilly, left, right is toward, it's over, but toward, just so slightly, towards self. And you are going to rub, remember it's the right, the lung point right here. Good 30 times. LaRonda, left, right, you're done. Amy, how you feeling? Better. Amy's left, Amy's right. You're going to have to tweak yourself, because you have to write down or think tweak towards self, and you're going to rub. Oh, okay. You're going to rub both of the triple warmers. So twink, think what I said, and then rub those both sides. Okay. Or did you notice the difference a lot? 1 or 10. You'll figure this. Jennifer, left brain, right brain. Oh, Jennifer, you took care of it. Both sides. Got it. Teresa's left. Okay, so she's okay. Teresa's left. You're still at 5. Left. Okay, so left towards self, left brain. Oh, you're picking up your mother. You want her to do anything else? No, this is what we're going to do. Okay, so you don't have to do. All right. So, darling, for you, you're going to have to say left towards self, and then you're going to have to do the spleen, SP3. Okay, you know where that's at. Melanie, left is a 10. The right is low. Let's go back, Melanie, towards self. You're going to think toward.
Do I do the hookup now?
Yes, please. You can feel the difference. All right, you'll have to.
Yeah.
All right, you'll have to tell that. So now I've got to recess because a couple other people are just joining us and they don't know what we're doing. We're doing a group online healing. This is the stuff we're going to be doing in the tribal unit, the membership only one. Tammy, you got a relief. Tammy, left brain, right brain. Tammy, you look good. And Rhonda, I did feel the difference. Head clear, became balanced. Oh, Betty said I didn't realize how off I felt until I became balanced. That's usually true. Then you go ahead and you put your finger in your forehead and then your belly button, push in and lift up. Okay. So those that are just entered in the room and those that are still continuing, I got to keep reading the chart. So I'm going to go and we're going to go to Marty and then we'll go to Anthony. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm going to have you think intentionally a certain way, and then you're going to rub with your hands, and I'll show you the picture to rub. We'll start with Marty. Marty, your left brain is an 8, and you have to say left brain, write it down, left brain towards self, and then you're going to take and use your right hand, and you're only going to rub that point in between there. Stressed honey cakes. Okay, your left brain and right brain are both at 0. Do you want me to do the clock? Okay, so no, right, just go. So we're going to do the right side for you first. Right here, the 2 bones will come together. There you go. Rub, 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 rub. Very good. And do that 30 times. Rub it 30 times, Anthony, and then I'll check. And then when you're done, you say, you tell me. You say right, okay? And check. Okay, so Teresa Perkins, you are left brain's good, right brain's good. Do the hookup, Teresa. Vicky, my love, left brain, you are still a 2. So you also, okay, this is where it's going to jump. You need to do left brain stomach. So go and do the ST42. Rub that, please, 30 times. Okay, Melanie left, Melanie right. Melanie, do the hookup, push in and lift up. You're done. Patricia, left side feels better. Spleen area is very sore. Okay. Patricia, left brain, good. Right brain, good. Anything else? You also have been yelling at yourself, Patricia, so you're going to just tweak. So you're going to say tweaking, broadcast, towards self. And Anthony, as soon as you're done, you let me know. Pilly's left brain, great. Right brain, great. And you want to do the hookup. Do the hookup, Pilly, you're good. Marty's left brain, right in the middle. And you're going to rub there good 30 times. Get in there and give it a good 30 times and then report back to me. Okay. Who else needs... Oh, right. My right eyes. Okay. Who else is playing and who else wants that, what we're doing? Because it's going to help you feel better. It's going to change your thoughts. It's going to improve your thinking. It's going to help calm down those emotions, help get you out of stress mode and get you out of high beta. So play with me. You're the tool. That's all you're doing, is that you're learning how to be a sustainable human. Again, okay, so Melinda says, I noticed an increase by 5 in my joy state. Feels like bubbles in my body. Melinda, left, right. Okay, you're good. Tammy's good. Okay. Again, anybody wants me to check to see where they are. If you're just here, Lillian's left brain, Lillian is 6. You're going to say towards self, left brain towards self, and you're going to do the triple warmer. You're going to do it yourself. I'm just going to give instructions. So please play with me, Anthony, if that's what you want. So says she feels better. Marty's left, Marty's right. Marty, now do a hookup. Now, normally what I have you do is I have you measure. Jennifer says now she says she has a slight headache. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run down here and say, Jennifer, left brain. So your right brain went over. What did you just see? I see a picture. Oh, God, toward yourself. Okay, so you picked energy up of somebody's space and the energy in the room. Okay, but you're going to do the liver point LR3 on top of the foot there, okay? Okay, Anthony has not come back. Lillian is done. So, Lillian, left brain, good. Lillian's right brain. We have to, what do you want? Left brain, right brain, right brain. What's going on? Towards self. Okay, right brain towards the self. And you're going to do right in front, this point right here. Rub, dub, please. Rub it down 30 times. Melinda says, I'm feeling great. I didn't know I wasn't feeling great. See, that is where that's why I want you to measure, even if you're like, oh, I feel great. But that's 2 people now that said, hey, I didn't even know I was off until I balanced myself. So yes, that is what can happen. Ames, you feel like you are going through something. It's toward yourself. Okay, Amy, you're going toward yourself, your heart. So you need to do, okay, so for you, those left brain and right brain is fine. Now we're going to jump, apparently we're going to do advanced. We're going to jump into, use the magnet and then rub it 30 times, okay, to get that. And remember, use the intention of the thinking. Marty says pain in right foot, go towards left side on top, brains towards left. Okay, so Marty's left. Oh, right side of the body. What do you want me to do? Which intention? Alarm towards self, and you're going to use the right side. Alarm towards self. Right side is the back right here, the triple warmer. Rub that good 30 times. Pay attention to anything in the body. And then when you're done with that, you go over and do the left side. This is the triple warmer. Balances out. Oh, Brenda does. Brenda wants to play. Okay, can you give her a point? Yes, her name is Brenda. Gotcha. All right, so for Brenda's left side is a half. Right side is way freaking over by Jeez, Pete. That's 43. Okay, we got to get you. What side do you want to do? We're going to bring Brenda. We're going to do your right side first to start to. Got to get that down. Jennifer says, feeling off in my stomach. Well, we just did some epigenetic works, Jennifer. I would not be surprised. Jennifer, you are going to right side, and you're going to do the heart, Jennifer, right side, 30 times, right hand, right side. That's all you're going to think. And then Mary. Did you really notice a difference, Melanie? It says feeling better, thanks. Okay, so, again, do you really feel a difference? We need to pay attention, okay? Lillian says tickles on my left side of the head. Lillian's left brain, good. Right brain, good. Does she need to do the hookup? No, she's got to do tweaking. Tweaking is towards herself, and that's liver. That's LR3, Lillian. Both feet, both tops of the feet. And Mary, what we're going to do, Marie, write down left brain towards self, and you're going to rub this point right here. That's the triple warmer 4. You're going to rub that, Marie. Okay. You were the heart. Okay, so Jennifer, yours the heart. Okay, epigenetics. What we did, what do you mean by that? Just say it's genetic code. It's the shit was passed down. Okay, epigenetics. Let me explain this real quick. you have your parents had issues before they gave conception. They had issues, and what they didn't resolve goes into the sperm and the egg. Sperm and an egg creates you. Then now you have issues. Don't blame your parents. This is the shit your soul said you wanted to work on. You chose them. And so epigenetically, it can be emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual, and that is what we're doing. All right, so now. Marty says, done both, triple warmer on both sides, headache gone, feels tight liver area. So for Marty, what do you want if the energy builds up in there? How would you like her to get it gone? Well, just have her do the right side. Brain? No, just say right side. The intention is right side. And is that the only one you want to do? Go down to the right side. You're going to do the kidney, which is the inside of the foot, the right inside of the foot, and it is behind the ankle bone. That is what you're going to rub 30 times. Okay. So Marie, Amy, this is where you're going to have to help me keep up. Okay, so Marie, it says, she says, I was writing down left brain towards myself. Left brain towards yourself. Where do you want her to go? So you have to do the triple warmer in your bed. So this is where you're at. So left side, do just left side. Because we're doing left brain towards myself. That's your intention. And you're going to rub this point. See this point? I'm pointing it out to you right there. Yes, you're actually have a certain glow to you. Golden yellow, which is what we love. Well, Melinda, the one thing is that you can do this 24/7. I mean, if it pops up, you can do it. This is part of why I'm trying to teach people the self-point source healing. Those points are not, they're always going to be different based on all of your thoughts, all of your emotions, all of what you pick up. See, this is why it has to be something where you have to understand where you end and they begin, how you are learning to raise your inner child to get to a specific point where it does not have to carry all that pain and that suffering. It can return back to hardwired of joy instead of being suffering. We're helping every part of you, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Pilly says, I can feel the difference, feeling better. Sharon says, hey, Sharon, what we're doing is we're doing side, say left brain, and rub this point, Sharon, rub this point, okay? And then after you're done, Marie, let me know how you're doing. Anthony, he must have just left, didn't come back. We're in this room here. That's good. Going back over here, how is Brenda doing? Has she reported back in? I haven't seen her. Marty says she feels peace. Wonderful, wonderful, Marty. Monica, oh, I didn't see you, honey. I'm sorry. Having bad headaches. Okay, right now, please measure, Monica, where it is on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the worst. Okay, Monica? And Monica's left brain is way over. Monica's right brain is way over. So where do you want me to start first? We're going to start, Monica, on your right brain. So this is what you say is right brain, and then you're going to grab the right rib. Give that 30 times. Got it? Yes, I will be teaching the course. The first thing, Melinda, that's going to happen is I'm creating to get it down. Okay. I'll reassess Brenda B. You'll have to pay attention. This is new. I understand. She's still going over. Where do you want her to do? See, this is the thing. We're going to keep it as simple as possible. You're going to do right brain. Then you're going to go onto the right side, and the thing that you're going to rub, and you're going to do it 30 times. Rub 30 times, finger or thumb, doesn't matter. Only on the right side. So grabbing only the right foot between the big toe and the second toe, right there. Okay, you'll feel the two bones meet. Rub that 30 times. Marie says, I feel the difference feeling the vibration within the lower skull. Oh, okay, upper chakras. Okay, so Marie's We're going to do the right side. You're going to think right side, and then you're going to do the right, this point right here, Marie. Rub that again. Do you need to have a magnet? No, you're going to have to do right side, right brain. So you think right brain, grab the right side. And Lillian, you need to do this point right here in the middle. Rub it 30 times. Get in there. Sharon, left. Sharon, right. Sharon, you're going to write down towards self. And you're going to do both left and right points. And this is right here. Okay? Doesn't matter which one you start first, as long as you get in there and rub them 30 times, switch 30 times. But you have to say towards self. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, Amy? You're really affecting me. Okay. She's really upset. She's 5 years old and she says, I don't like when you give all that attention to, and she's talking about your brother. Because you want 1 ounce of love and you're not getting any of that. And you're thinking, I have to be sick in order to be loved. So your spirit is telling you that you really need to focus on what I just said. Think towards yourself. You need to do both sides because it's lodged so deep in your heart. So think what I said towards self, get in there and rub both sides. Remember, okay? Wow. Okay, Jennifer's, look what I did just by rubbing. After I rubbed it, it itched and I left it a mark. Well, I feel poisons leaving your body too. Just to let you know, there's a certain amount of toxins that your body has been doing because you've carried an epigenetic sequence of energies and it has never been addressed in such a long time. So as you begin to just move the innate energy, tap into the innate healing, then what's going on is your body is saying, oh, I've never had this before. And now you're giving it a little of attention. Marie says side, right, because so it's left brain, right brain. So Marie, you're going to say right brain, and then you're going to do your best. I don't know. I can't remember if you have a right foot or not, but if you don't and you can't rub it, but you can intentionally think. Now, I can't remember if you have a foot there or not. But there's always ways around it when you feel like you have something missing. So outside foot, right in the middle, there's your pinky toe, right in the middle, you're going to there. Okay. Marie says, my sinus is cleared up and my whole eye opened up. Whole eyes open up. Good. Okay. So we got to get that fluid to do it. Monica, you didn't answer back. So I don't know how your headache is. You didn't tell me what number it is. Anthony's gone. I mean, you have to play with me. Let's see. Just the right. For Marie. Okay, Sharon, towards self. Done. You can do the hookup, Sharon. Push fingers in and lift, belly button, forehead, push and lift up. Okay. Amy, all I can hear is your little girl saying unfair, unfair, unfair. It doesn't understand. So this is what you got to understand. What we're transforming now are and she's an adult woman, but the programs are in the cells. Okay. And I can totally feel it unfair. Amy, you're just going to have to jump into doing L2S. Okay. Because the little girl just can't understand. She doesn't want to give up that. Is just as she's going through some major shifts. And that's what we're doing is that this now what she's doing is hope therapy. And that is she has still be that age. Those children still exist. Just because we do linear, we don't do linear. We have a spiral. Those children are just as real as you and I are in the body we're in right now. And that little girl inside needs to be addressed. And that's what we're doing is we're helping her address. Pilly. Look. Pilly's left brain, right brain, right brain. You're going to say right brain, and then you're going to hit the triple warmer. You're doing something interesting, Pilly. I'm not sure yet, but right hand, use the triple warmer. We'll see you in a few minutes. So keep rubbing that. You keep picking up at people's energy in the household, Pilly, because now it makes me want to have a headache. But anyways, keep rubbing that. Anybody else playing? Anybody else playing? And what intention to think so that you would direct the energy so your innate has this ability to do what it wants to do, which is to keep you healthy. We don't realize our stinking thinking. We don't, our beautiful children that we were had traumas. Okay. And it can really affect you. Now, if you like what we're doing here and you want to know how to pay back, you can go to YouTube and you hit likes, your thumbs up, and leave a comment. If you were to hit, and here's the thing, Spirit's been doing. If you're here, you can only do it through Facebook, but if you're here, no matter which channel it is, hit the icon, the little love button, and share. Because when you do, this is the interesting part. Spirit may choose you and give you a card after the show or the next day. Spirit may choose you. So Melinda, do you still have your headache? She's, I've had a low-grade headache for 2 months. Do you still have that headache? Let me know. Marie said, oh, okay, weird, like buzzing reaction, like endorphins react. Oh, really? Yeah, well, I'm sure it is. Okay, now I'll do the left foot and direct it towards myself. Okay, now are you intuitively doing that, or did I tell you to do that? Because if you're doing it out of the sequence of what we're doing, protocol of how it is done. So, but if you're good at using intuition, then go for it. Okay. Melinda, again, if you still have that headache or did it dissipate, that's fine. That'd be great. Let me know. We're all doing good. What's going on? Amanda says, I'm seriously processing stuff during dreams whole lot lately. Yes. Oh, this is the perfect time. These light codes are coming on, and our soul is finally having a format that it can do this. The frequencies that are happening is coming into what your soul is coming into this particular alignment. And so it has to clean up a lot of shit before it moves forward. That's one reason we have to start addressing the sure to be in this next frequency. Now, Melinda, so she said she has a headache, and she says it's a 2. The vibrations that are around you started to get to you. Okay. If your vibrations of people that are around you, that it's getting to you. Okay. Remember I was telling you that we are electromagnetic beings, and we are usually in balance, but for, I can't tell you how many years, what's occurred is that we started to repulse. This is why you see more allergies. This is why you start to have more intolerances. And allergy in itself is not the same. If you become more sensitive to the environment because your frequencies of your chakras are waking up and the levels of who you are, sensitivity. Oh God, yes. I mean, we don't need that dead vibration. Now your body has the ability to transform all that toxins, but when it has a going away, good. Understand the frequencies on this planet. We have people's emotions, vibrations, you have sun flares, you have as above, so below, 5G, 4G, whatever you have, because this is the objective field. This is potential. This is the quantum field, but we don't have to feel like we're a victim. Okay. But if we keep thinking that's all we're going to get, then that's all we're going to grab. In the quantum field of potential, it's endless, 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 endless. But we keep grabbing the same shit. And that's where I come in to help teach you to let that go. And that you can have healthy boundaries. And it's not, oh, I create a boundary. It is, No, energetically, the boundary will start to come into play, and you will start to begin to become aware that, yeah, I no longer need to do this, feel this, be that. You will start to quotient and the mental quotient. This is understanding your words, your emotions, and all of this. Okay, so there's a, let me just go back up here. So Kevin says, what I just did for connecting my upper and lower chakras, is that something to do daily? For you, I think so, because you kind of split yourself to some degree when you were younger. We have to do some more healing on that. But if, okay, well, the thing is if I look at Melanie and I see your hands, and it's about into 4. So there's 4 that runs down the spine, 2 on each side of the spine. There is an emotion that yours started when at 15 for this one. And the thing that links to it is that you have to, the overwhelm. Your reaction to the overwhelm is that I have to do things their way to solve your issue at that time, which no longer serves you. So now your body is suffering because it's saying, okay, we're still holding that pattern. It needs to change. You can change that. You can heal it. You can resolve to evolve. Okay. Okay, so now if we go a little bit further, Pilly says, yes, a headache all of a sudden, but it's gone away. Melinda says, not aligned with mother and sister, and I've been caregiver for you. Yes, and your body is saying it's like it. Let me tell you one thing, Melinda. This is when that's what the source point healing, self-healing does, is it helps your body to recuperate, to take a break. It changes, but it works on all levels. And aware of, good job, because when you become aware and you do it in your spiritual mindset and you begin to become aware of the 2 sides of who you are, you then learn to step more in your authentic self, which changes who you are. Okay, so annoyed is a strong feeling, because it is also how you have to put the guard up, how you have to protect yourself, how you have to do this. And Melanie, this is where you may want to do a particular private session where we can start to remove those things that are sitting there blocking you. Okay, Pilly says, oh yes, every time I'm done eating, I sneeze several times and then get a runny nose, then it goes away. Your body is trying to process the things that you're eating. And sometimes it's not just the food processing, whether it's dead, but it's all about frequency and vibration. And if somebody was preparing food in a very angry way, now, some of you may have noticed on my fan page, it'll look like she's got a picture of a pot and it looks stupid, right? Well, look a little further. I say I cook with love. I put in some stuff into a pan, and from my view, I saw a heart. So I took a picture of it. But when I took a picture with a flash on, it showed me there was no heart. And I thought, how cool that I got to get 2 shots there. Okay. But I don't need any of that. My intention is everything. So is yours. And you have to really become aware of how intention really, you hold these points, whether like this or like this, but just stay there for up to 2 minutes.
It really works.
Oh, Amy, yeah, you want to explain that real quick?
It really works. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I've been diabetic for 5 years now. And before I started doing that point, my sugars were running in the high 300s, which is extremely high, dangerous high.
Yeah.
And now,
yeah, and you can tell when your thinking goes off, emotions go off, something goes off, and a lot of times I'll just say, grab your points. And now you don't have to even ask me anymore. No, I don't know, just a little. And you're going to start stimulating that. Now, I'm going to tell you why. That is a lymphatic. That's spleen lymphatic. Helps you process some of these toxins. The other big thing, if you have toxic issues and your liver and your blood and your heart are like, see this point here? This is an awesome point. Like my husband, if we have wine and if it's got sulfur in it, he's like, oh my God. So I will just go down and I will rub these 2 points, and then his headache and everything, his body processes. And then he's like, whew, He's like, I can have another drink. He doesn't, he's not an alcoholic or anything, but it's just a joke. But the point is that it helps processes the stuff out in my body for almost 3 days. Ooh. So Lillian, let me check you when it comes to having shocks in your body. Your magnetic aspect of you is off. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you that if you see, if Lillian, if you can take and understand this, okay, we are an electromagnetic being. We can have what's called a magnetic deficiency. It will get thrown off by devices to muscle test. And since we have to do social distancing, I can't really display what I've learned. But, okay, so right now I'm going to, now if I were to take, and I said, Lillian, if I had her pick up a device and then test her, she's got no strength. Now you're like, but isn't that if I'm holding a device that's not good for me, okay? Because my magnetic field is the intention that it should hold it. So all right, just give me a minute, people. Oh, here's a bunch. She gave me a necklace. Magnets, because I have a magnetic deficiency. Now, I can't wear magnets all the time around my neck because it can cause my headache. So I have to sometimes put it in my shoes. So now we're going to take Lillian and we go, and she's like, I got nothing. Now, if I were, Lillian is completely strong. Whoops. I lost my screen. There it is. So Lillian, you'll need to find some magnets and put them someplace and become aware if it's too much, move them. I usually can't go without magnets, and I realized I have no magnets on today. Lofty to myself, because your reaction you got from your mother, is as if you were a selfish little brat. It kind of hurts. You're still doing a petrified moment. And because of that, you're always an impending doom. So now if I ask, can we redress this? They go left brain. So take what I said, think side, left side, and you're going to do small intestine. Okay? And you're going to rub that 30 times. I need my screen bigger because I can't see myself. Oh, there. Now go a little bit further. And she finally started putting magnets in her bra and her shoes or whatever, and now she doesn't do it as often. So good job. Melanie says, yes, my upper back has been hurting. Makes sense. Okay. You still have the pain? Melinda says, addicted to sadness and tired. Okay, Linda, I'm going to say, do me a favor. Put that on scale from 0 to 10. Yes, that's what I'm addicted to. And the first thing you're going to do, and I'm just going to give this out to you so you can get a taste of this, is that you're going to hold right wrist, third position. 1, 2, 3. That third position is my ring finger, and it is 3 fingers down by my thumb, not my pinky. So if you're over here, slide it over here. Put your thumb on that third position, pointer finger in the middle, rings in the back, 3 fingers here, and you're going to hold just like this. And then you're going to hold that thumb in nice and deep. You're going to push it in deep. And you're going to stay there and think about that on the scale from 0 to 10. The sadness, the tiredness, and your thoughts, and write down your thoughts, before you begin, and measure it, and we can heal emotional, mental, and physical shit and spiritual things. Amanda says, most of my life I have gotten massive headaches, even as a young child, and even a person that is always tired, even after sleeping or napping. Yes, your brain needs to be balanced. And to help train the brain and the body to not have to respond. Because most of the time, if you're in a reaction, your body will say, hey, it's time. It's 2 o'clock. You got to feel this way. A lot of times people will be afraid dad's coming home, and then all of a sudden people get upset and all these other things because this is what's happening. And so the body, time of the day, the dog says, oh, it's dinner time, and it's started salivating. So our bodies do that. Major shifts and differences, and you are getting more hardwired to joy, finding that authentic self instead of going back into that old way. You are, yes, I think it's absolutely. I've been into different groups where we've tested that, and it's been proven, and it's amazing. Betty says, my body lives those points. Good. Billy says, cool. let's see. Oh, Vicky says, can you test me for, yes. Okay. So we will get back in there, and I'm now going to some, Vicky. So her tests, your testing indicator's a little weak. What I want you, certain things are off, you will be just weak and you won't even know why. And most of the time it's because the polarity is running backwards, or your polarity is out of alignment, or you have left brain, right brain. There's so many. That's why I said this protocol, these classes are something that you have to understand. You have to address each stage. And when you begin to develop one, you can begin to really make a difference for yourself, but to people. Okay. Well, you're welcome, Melanie, and you go and you have a wonderful day. I love moldavite. You had to remove your moldavite. Sometimes that can be very strong. Yeah, depending on which stone. Be careful of restaurants. I love restaurant food, but if you've got people serving your shit, that can influence the food on the plate. If you have food that's been cooked and they're angry or stressed, that's why I always bless my food when it comes, so that it's in alignment with the divine and myself. Sharon says moldavite can be like kryptonite. Best worn only short periods of time. Put it into a closed plastic bag when not using. I can imagine. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Yes, your indicator is good. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to be Vicky. Oh, this, I have a feeling if I put it around my neck, it's not going to be strong. Well, we'll find out. Okay. So let's try and find out. No, it's helping, but not a lot. Now I would say, okay, well, maybe I need to wear more than one. Well, maybe not. It's about the spot. Like I have a spot on my back. If I could put a magnet just on there, I would take care of the whole thing. But it's hard. Now I'm wearing a dress, my thing's down. I'm going to put this down by my foot as if I had magnets. I'm going to put it on my right foot, and let's see. So look at that. Didn't even move. So you need magnets down by your left foot. I have it on my sole and on top of my foot, but we haven't even got. So for other people,
put a magnet where?
On your foot. You can put it wherever you want. Trust me. But I've learned that if I can wear it around my neck, or I can put it inside my bra, it can change things. And that's what I call morphine. You can actually change that. Okay, so now we caught up. We've had that. And I have to check. I don't think anybody's paid, but you are more than welcome to pay. Oh, yes, we do. Thank you very much. Let's see where we're at. So after Lillian, oh, she said, oh, Betty, you don't want one? Oh, she's probably already feels she has. Okay. You decide. Tell me, Betty, Lillian, if that is a donation, or is it okay? So it doesn't say. So if you're ready, if you want me to, you have to connect with me so I know, because we don't have that ability to.
Lillian, hi Brenda, happy to be here. I would love a healing. I feel sluggish and can't concentrate.
Okay, so do you feel any better, Lillian? Is that part? I didn't know when you sent that, so I don't know if you feel better.
Way before any of
what we done.
This.
Okay, so if you feel like you still deserve a reading, let me know, Lillian. We'll go that route. I'll give her, so it depends. See, some people have donated because they felt like I've done something. Other people, it's up to you. It's for you to start waking up and understand that your best healing tool is yourself. And we will get you to where you need to be to help you in such a, line you up to your true self, to your true abilities, and not have to be suffering in pain. Okay, so what is the 1 minute until Lillian talks to either one of us? Give me a 1 minute, and so I can go from there.
Patty.
Miss Patty. Okay, Miss Patty. Now, I feel like what's important is, hello, moon cards. Well, that's interesting. My moon cards are missing.
They're just in another dimension.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where to put my hand to get them. I'm like calling them. I'm like, hello, I know you're here. And they're like, yeah, you're not going to find us. That's not funny. Okay, would you want me to use these instead? Well, I don't know where my cards are. You guys took them? I'd like to pop them back and exist at any moment now. They're laughing at me. Don't do that. That's rude. Oh, you want to make God laugh? Tell him a joke. Or tell him your plans, yes. Okay, so. Okay, let me know. So here we go. Patricia. It says, okay, so the memories are in reverse. It is extraordinary creatures. Okay, so you don't remember that you have connections with animals and that your connections from the other side. So they're saying that if you start to call in animal energy, and maybe not maybe live animals, but understand your totems, like call in one of your totems. What will happen is that you can actually begin to help connect you to the other side, your loved ones, because your cards are saying your memory, you don't remember the connections you have. Said they want you to connect to a bird and a hawk. They want you to connect to a hawk. They want you to just call in the hawk energy. And this is a sharp-shinned hawk. You can look it up and see what it looks like in the picture. It's about timing. Be prepared to act when opportunity appears. Trust in your sense of timing. You'll maneuver around obstacles with ease. So what they want you to do, remember, it's a sharp-shinned, SHINNED. Thank you. When you ask spirit and you say thank you, thank you, thank you, you'll be able to divine timing, apparently, and so you can create opportunities. All right, Amy, you must be looking on your phone because it's nice to know that you love me, but your head is like, she's looking at her phone. Talk about FaceTime. Okay. What am I doing? I have no freaking clue. Okay. So Lillian, let's go into the overall. General overall doesn't really give you that much, but oh, thank you, Melinda. But what happens is this. You are learning to go through an ego structure that you developed when you were 3 years old. And because you're going through the ego structure of learning how to resolve and to evolve out of it, you are up against a habit of how you responded. Now, one of the things we're learning in our pilot class is how the child learned its behavior. You're a narcissist when you're born, and then if you haven't learned how to do certain behaviors, then they will affect you into the future. And they said that you used to be really something about the resonation. You have self-conscious about your type of way you speak, the intelligence factor. And they said that it has a lot to do with taking and changing the frequency so that you draw lofty people to you. Because you have that belief part of that, you then become petrified. This is your pattern. I don't know if you know you're assessing, but this is an arrested development. And it's hard for you to grow past that if you don't understand it. And so take what I said, break it down, and understand that towards yourself, this is your reaction to the whole situation. You reacted toward yourself, which changes the vibration on the inside. Instead of raising the frequency to be healthy and strong, it lowered the frequency. So it's not about raising your vibration, okay, but it's responding to that. What happens next is that there is this fear, and you feel like you have to overcompensate. So address, do you overcompensate? What do you do? How do you do it? You will begin to become aware. If you do get headaches, it's because there's a part of you that says, I'm hitting the arrested development. I don't know how to get past that. And Lillian, if we go a little bit further, it was something during conception. Do we have to roll it out? No, it's something towards self. Is that so during conception, it is how your mother felt about herself, which you took in as your story. And if I said, do you want that to be healed out or rolled out? No, it's about wanting a particular outcome. So it's learning a particular habit. So what do you do when you want a particular outcome? And what happens, the conception, is that you become very self-conscious, and overwhelm kicks in and says that you have to act and be a certain way. The ability to move forward, it kind of stunts you. It keeps you repeating in a particular story. It repeats back and forth. So in the womb, one habit, they said you need to become aware of the habit, because once you start to do this, once you can grasp it on this authentic spiritual level, you'll be like, oh, but what am I doing? I don't have to do this. You won't judge yourself. You'll go into a discernment state, which is what I want all of you to do. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, but does the emotion cause you to stick? What's you'll know more when you begin to wake up, because we can break all those down, and all those stages can be healed, and the emotional chemical peptides can be pulled out. But you've got to make a decision to become awake, and you may want to turn around and make an appointment at some point. That's how you want to do it. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. They said, or is it somebody else? Was it in the womb? Okay, so we're talking still back in the heart and inside the womb, and it was how so stand back and look how your mother addressed things. Did she sever love? Did she cut people off? This is going to be also what's called mirror neurons, which means as a little kid, you're looking around and you're looking to see how other people do things. Really? And if that's the case, I just felt energetically something's wrong with my face all of a sudden. Oh, so it's about what your attitude. How do other people see me? Yes. So that's how your mother was. Is how do other people see me? And so she would see flaws that weren't there. Okay. And then she would sever the love because she misunderstood them, and this is what was happening. So then her protection would go up. Gotcha. So it's just easier. So take a look at that progression. So look back and say, did my mother, we're going to have to listen this over and take all those juicy notes. That's all I got to say. All right. So, oh, that's good. Okay. So Melinda says, I had 12 eagles circle around me 2 days ago. I wondered what that meant. Anyways, yeah, we'll have to look at. So what Ames? What is going on now?
Sharon has paid.
Okay, so Sharon, that's right. So Melanie said, okay, so we did that. Not Melanie, Melinda. What's my thing not working for? Because it's from donate. That's what we'll do. If you donate anytime I'm on air, you get your name on the Hope Chest. We haven't talked about that. So once a month, and with me here on the air. We had our first winner, and they had a really good time of the dressing and healing, and they felt the difference, and we were so proud of that. We were able to have that. So all the names were there, get wiped clean. So everyone's in the Hope Chest. So you can have your name in there as many times as you want. Okay. And what Amy does is she writes them down, she crinkles them up, and then we got a Hope Chest and we throw them in there. All right. So we're starting to collect April's. So Sharon, because we don't have, where is my, oh yeah, it'd be this one. Sharon, what did she tell you what she wanted to, oh wait, she told me here. Now it's working, I think. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Sharon said, what am I to learn about today? Very good. Okay, so Sharon, what are we about to learn about today? If it's a donation, you tell me it's a donation as far as you're not expecting anything in return because you've already received something, or if you want to come online and do a session, have a reading, we'll do that. Sharon, here's the thing. Oops. We're going to have you, it's whatever it is trying to stay hidden. Oh, your broken heart and the 6th chakra. So we're going to have to call in Metatron. We really do. Let's find out what exactly do they have in mind. 6th chakra, lost it in confusion and had unclear or distorted thinking. But even if it is this state of mental chaos has been going on in quite some time, your lack of personal direction can be turned around. Take off the blinders and widen your perspective. Visualize. It's time to take a break out of the old toxic thought patterns. Okay, so you are to address your thought patterns. Pay attention to the broken heart. Pay attention to the 41 thoughts. Pay attention. So take 1 minute. If you're feeling like in your lull, in the quietness, take a pen and paper. So just sit there and just listen to those thoughts. Okay, it's like when you meditate. You can do this in meditation if you want, but you need to write down those thoughts because your inner child's talking to you now. Or your adult self or teenage self, but you're being told what words you have. And if it's directions of that, oh, I hate myself, understand this is what the conversation was with that age. And if you don't know the age, that's fine. But if you can ask the age, you can find the age. It's a different form of doing shadow work with your inner child. And write it out, listen to the thoughts, listen to the phrases, listen to the emotion. Because there, even though you have like pages, you will start seeing a particular theme. I don't have any rights. And then you tell me all the rights I don't have, I feel like I'm being avoided. So you feel invalidated. Okay. And then you end up telling all about that. You don't have to write everything, but understand there's a theme. And that is what your inner child wants you to address. So you go a little bit further. I'm going to ask Spirit, where do you want to go here? Yes. And guess what appeared out of frickin' thin air? You guessed it, my moon cards just said, we're ready. All right, so fear. Okay, so you don't realize that the fear is there. So you got fear and it starts throbbing. You're not going to be able to think your way to the paper bag. You're just going to go into old habit. And they said that you been doing no, because it's about keeping that fear alive. It's about keeping that fear. So address yourself in a particular way, because if you don't, you're going to overburden yourself. And let's go a little bit further. If your emotions are protecting you and you feel, and they're showing me a very specific moment of a, what age would it be? What you did toward yourself, especially at 5 years old, was that you felt the overwhelmed and you felt like men didn't like you in particular. Men are people that just had male energy. So females that had you started attracting in people that were very prideful and very arrogant. And because that is what your little child saw and then stayed stuck with that. And so it's stuck at that peak. That is what you have to heal out. And you can learn to. Okay, so you have to be more resilient in doing certain things, because all of a sudden the energy just shifted. My whole legs just went numb. So that means you put yourself in a swamp of resentment. I don't know if you're aware of the negativity that happens, because when the emotions start to strike you, this is what occurs. You go right, good night. Good night. The emotion that shutting it down, trying to pull yourself out. It's like when you're driving and you get to from point A to point Z, and you're like, I don't remember any of the alphabet in between. And you're like, I had the intention of, So your body is going back to that peak. It's going back to that fear, and that there's something in there you have to address and heal. Okay. You have to first become aware of what's happening. Okay. Who do I have here? Melinda said that this was towards what we just done. Thank you. Who's this one? This one is Amanda Gibbs. Did she write anything? Amanda Gibbs. I don't know if this is you were expecting something or something I already done.
An email from her.
Mm-hmm.
Any message from spirit, guides, or angels? What steps do I need to do to protect myself and grow into my spirit self? Communicate with them, etc. Thank you. I truly look forward to your lives.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so here we go. The interesting part about this is they're telling me that you have had a direction. Are we talking about yin, yang? just pick one. So this is a unity. The unity card is the thing that the two parts of you have been working towards, and that is universal healing. And as it's taking that aspect of you to go a little bit further, just as universal healing. And notice the picture of that. The universal healing. Let's see if there's anything specific that we need to pull onto this. And it says a healing within gives new wholeness to the self. So we're going in. You need only reach for the limitless wells of energy. Healing brings release and new growth. There's a connection, the nature as connection to a nature as the healing within takes place. Records. This is what happens, is that this is the energy that's going out. This is what's live action, how your body is put together. They said your 6-year-old self looks towards itself, and then what does it do? It says that it contracts its energy. As it contracts its energy, it does it because it sees people that are just having lofty energy, superior energy. They're pushing their weight around. They're bullies or whatever. But you can feel it, and you're like, ooh. So your reaction was to go toward yourself and contract your energy. What happens there is that you are meant to learn how to expand the importance of yourself, where these people are like, I'm important, and they're just like these squeaky ass wheels, and you're like, oh my God. But there is that fine line in between. Okay, the fine line in between is this. You weren't meant to expand yourself because you are just as important. You were born to take up space. And because you didn't take up the space, Amanda, you are in this learning process to do so. But your program says I have to go in. And I'm saying that the next phase of you did it to protect yourself because you didn't know how to handle that energy. But now you are meant to expand yourself. You don't have to go expanding past your aura, okay? But that's your space. Nobody's meant to take that. But you will take energy and you'll put it like this close to your body, and it's hard to pull it out. Because of that's happening, it can cause you not to feel well. Every aspect can change. Why can't I manifest? That'll be one reason. Why can't I get the certain results I want? That could be one reason. Okay, I feel like part of you started doing silent brooding without realizing what you did was that you took it toward yourself. And because every time you do that, it's because the environment became unstable. The vibrations from people's words, the energy from the physical body. Amanda says, oh my gosh, started crying. My father was that energy. Okay, that's exactly what you're doing. Do is heal that so you can have your energy start to go out. Part of your arrested development is that I get so far and I can't. Because the inner child, your 6-year-old says, it's okay, unfair, but you weren't supposed to share that information. So you kind of turned it this way. When we take a mirror that we're looking at and we turn it to ourselves, it's the only way we know how to handle this is because you can evolve past them. They said that what you do, like for instance, is that we always are trying to protect our heart. As soon as moments, and then the energy goes in and starts saying, oopsie, there it is, and it tries to find proof. It's all about this protection. What goes next is that I have to keep things to myself. I have to do certain things that are just unfair. But your auto response is to take and change your energy field so you take less than. Without realizing it, you now have learned how to become a martyr as an adult. So everybody gets to do it, but what we're going to do for you is that I want you to look towards yourself. You're going to write down, think about what I just said. That's probably why Amy had to go through it, but you weren't here to see that. Take what I just said. That's how you know it. Put it on the scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, yes, that's it. And then you write down towards self, and you're going to do both sides. This, you're going to rub 30 times. Okay. And you're going to do them in intervals, meaning you're going to rub and think. Oh, you can add one more hand, Put your hand here. Ready? That, and then you may have to do a couple rounds, but go and measure that 10. If that 10 is coming down, you want it 0. You got this? Okay. Yeah, sure, says everybody else but me. That's ends up what happening when we do work with the male and female. Don't say, Sharon goes, I smell chocolate brownies. Oh my God. And right, get the right mouse. What do we have here? We have, Jennifer. Jennifer says, and a gift too. Oh, hey, Jennifer, are you still here? Because you're ready for you. I want to make sure we have one to somebody that she knows, or if it's what she means by that. What is something I do to help this relationship? Yeah, I could totally see that. Pick someone who has April birthday or someone you feel needs it the most. Wow. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. She has gifted to somebody. That's beautiful. Now, anybody's birthdays in April, I don't know how we're going to identify that, but if that's it, we'll go that route first. And then if not, we will go to the next route. But Jennifer, if you're, there she is. Okay. Whoever you think. Okay. So Jennifer, you ready? So here we go. The best thing that you can do to help this relationship, we're going to do some hope therapy. And the first thing it was actually a coping tool that you got created at 3 years old. This relationships to male energy that you did as a child at 3 years old. So you need to do L1D. It's a coping tool. So whatever you're feeling, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, because so that you, when you heal this, won't lie to you and say, oh, that didn't happen. But you can see the difference. You have to train yourself to know that you are a healer. Thinking and feeling, this is what's happening. But for other people that are not in our arena, you can hear the criticism. So even something that's innocent, you could take it the wrong way. Why? Because your 7-year-old self and your 1-year-old self had to protect itself from the environment that threw criticism as a way to get your goat, to tease you, to move you in the direction. And what that did in a relationship is that it caused you not to trust. It causes you not to be in that space. Do you understand? Then they said, now you have to start to remove that out of your kidneys, because the healing you did earlier had to do with an epigenetic. I think that created a release. So now you can get into how if you really think about it, do you hear criticism? Do other people that you know, your loved ones, did they do that? However that goes, you're going to responded, not received. How you respond is that the only way to get to be heard was to get mad. So this is a coping tool, again, for your 3-year-old. Your coping tool when you were teased or any of this stuff is that, I have to get mad. And they said here, though, when you get mad is that you've had to show, because you're only 5 foot, or I don't even know how tall you are. I just know that you're here and I'm here. To me, you have to learn to have that energy as a small person to be larger than life so that people will take you serious. That is a coping tool. They said this is now fizzled out, and it's like, oh, it's a game. This is all you know now. This is how your body's supposed to be. It's how it's supposed to respond. And you're like, I don't want to do this. And I said, I agree. So they said they want you to hold R1S and then L2D. So you're going to have 2 spots. I put them on the scale, 18, and you then fell in love. You wanted this part of your life. Then you became that you sacrificed yourself, did a martyrism type thing. You put everything into it because you were ready to have a different life. But what did you do to your heart? You began to fight yourself. You are fighting yourself. And so now you have this part going on. So now you have to go to L1D. Okay. You got a lot of instructions here. You were taught at 18 because you were so serious that you wanted a different life. Just see that magic switch. It's like, I can't do these dorms anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this college. Or I can't do whatever it is, or I can't live at home, whatever it is. It was a sharp switch, and that you then that energy started to be and that's when you became this martyr, thinking, okay, I got to do something different. So if that didn't work, I'm going to try to be a martyr, and that's going to make me a good person, because that's what they said in the world back then. Now it's kicking your ass. It's now causing pain, whether it's physical or not, but it is affecting you. Really? Yeah. Okay. Right down in here is where I'm really having a lot all of a sudden. Woo. Oh, you created this beautiful charm about you. You have the aura of charm. Oh God. But it cost you. Okay. There's nothing wrong with your beautiful charm. But there's a part of you that had to pay this. It's like what Amy does. It's beautiful. It is very gorgeous. But the problem is that you have to sacrifice yourself in order to feel like you can get love. And you'll have to overcome this. And the only way you can do it is that you have to put yourself into that particular state. I get it. But they're saying that now you have to decide toward yourself if it's worth giving up that part. You can still have all the charm and the beauty that you have and pull it in. Do you understand? You need to call your energy back to you. Notice every time you behave that way. Okay? Notice every time you behave that way. Okay, before we go any further, we have one that has been gifted. Amy, I want you to write down a number. And so Amy's going to write down a number, and then I will write down a number. My mind, why don't you tell me? Oh, just have her write. Okay, just write down.
I'll let Alexa pick it.
Okay, so Alexa is going to pick the number for her, and then it's going to give to me. And then because we see 2 Aprils in, so it's between Sherry and Vicky, we're going to have you pick a number. But first we got to get the number. So you can't just say what's happening just yet. So we will go. So look at me. But I got to, and then, and I really wish that we had, gotcha. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to pick, because there's only 2 of you. See on my screen will be gifted a 6-minute from Jennifer Osika. Now we want to thank Jennifer for a beautiful gift. She's paying it forward, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing she has done. We've had other people do that in the past, and we really do recommend it for other people. So between Vicky and Sherry, you have to decide from 1 through 15, and you give me a number. I'm going to check the YouTube room just in case. Okay, that's good. All right, so now you're welcome, Jennifer. All right. So we're waiting to see, because I know there's such a delay. Is that really is a long delay there?
That is a really long delay.
Hopefully you guys are here. 1 through 15, give you between Vicky and Sherry, give me a number, shout it out. We have the number right here, and that way. Okay. Wow, I can't get over that. Okay. While we're waiting for them, we will go and look at the next person. Okay, so Pilly we'll get to you in just. I really appreciate the donation. I really appreciate it. Huh?
I said good night, Melinda.
Yeah. Kevin, while we're waiting for the game, so Kevin says, Brenda, I just wanted to point out I realized that my inner child was staunched, and therefore my creativity was never cultivated. Very good. That's the rest development. I believe that combined to being scrutinized by my family and then my surroundings had led me to my lack in creativity. Yes, what happens is that you created a response. It's called that. How does Spirit call it? Spirit calls it. Wow. It's like I have an incoming call at the same time. That is the weird freaking thing. It's so funny. Oh my God, this is too funny. self-efficacy number. So Amy, if you can, try to figure out how to get the girls to choose.
Oh, Vicky,
Pilly, we're going to take you next while we're waiting for them. So Pilly says, anything spirit wants. Okay. Okay. So now Amy is looking at the feed. We know that Sherry has had a 12. I said pick again. That's not the correct answer. Pilly, your mama says you're doing the same thing to me. Hold on. Right here. Towards yourself. You're talking about chakra? What in the world are you doing? That hurts. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you have to be vulnerable. You have to get into the ring to play. But if you were to heal anything that stops you from being vulnerable, because one of the things we begin to help you heal is how to become your authentic self, which means you are vulnerable, but not in the way, not in the. Okay, so your coping tool. What age are we talking? 5 years old. You became very what? Toward yourself. You became what? I want to say the word frightened, but they won't pick it. Then I hear the frequency. Did she have to tell you to behave? I mean, what do you know about that? Because Mama says pain. You're talking about physical, mental, emotional pain. Because of emotional pain, she went towards herself. What emotional pain do you want me to address? Again, she's strongly whispering in my ear, looking for acknowledgement. So you were looking for direct acknowledgement. You were looking for that particular acknowledgement. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, Pilly, do you got your mom in your head? Sometimes do you think, well, mom? Okay. Do you hear that? If you got your mom in your head, she says, kick me out. I don't mind being your influencer. Remember, I'm always in your heart and your mind. That is where you always find my great love. But some of the teachings I gave you, she says, they stank to high heaven. She says, it's time for you to grow. And she says, kick it out. You can't remember your younger years. Okay, well, she's telling you that if you think in this day and time, if you happen to be walking around and you stop yourself, when you think about mom, but if you're about ready to, let's say, do something and your mom says, that's not a good thing, Pilly, if you hear like instructions and, and how your mind thinks, understand she says, let's stop. Let's not do that. She says, it's great that you have let your conscious be your guide, but stop doing that. She says, because some of the advice was good, but you are growing now and you are meant to be this beautiful woman that shines. She says, but some of the things that we talk about and think about actually causes you to have paralyzed will. Okay, so now it's like towards myself. Amy, mute yourself for a moment because I can hear you. Okay, so when she goes to address something very specific, it becomes unstable and she brings you in. Okay. It is the matter of feeling you're going to disappoint her. So did you feel if you were too happy or too something, you might disappoint your mom? Did you okay, so she's giving me an example. Well, she's not, but he is. Who are you? Okay, let's look at it this way. Somehow something particular happened when you were a child. Nothing dramatic. It is if I showed if your parents were split, let's just put it this as an example. If your parents were split and you and your mama, and let's say daddy, and you got really overexcited about daddy and you shared that, mama would have got hurt. You felt that. So you stopped doing it. So you didn't allow yourself to have overjoy. So then you turn to mama, look at mama. Mama said, she's like, yeah, go be happy. And you're like, no, I don't believe you. And then it goes back and forth. Do you understand how this goes? You began to shut your Have you been pulling cards? Because I feel like you've drawn one to you that's been helping. But what he's saying is let's take that example of how you split how you choose to have certain emotions because you didn't want to hurt your mama. Yeah, I didn't want my mama hurt. I didn't want my mama to say when you showed, this is what you did, you showed some favoritism or something over there, and you saw what it did to mama, and you then felt and interpreted it as a little girl that your mom was repulsed by what you did. You took that as mama's repulsed by me and my action, therefore I did something wrong. That's what kids do. And then it changes who you are. Does this make sense, Pilly? Because now I just want to sneeze. Really? What? The sensation of physical sensations. You created physical sensations so you didn't have to interact. So it's like, oh, okay. This is one of the things we do as a child sometimes is we will take on becoming physically sick so that it can change things. So let's say 2 adults are fighting in the household and you didn't like it. What will happen is that your body will start to respond and to try to get them to pay attention to you and whatever they're doing, make it stop. And then, okay, does that make sense? But now that you're older, you create a physical sensation, you can't make that stop. And so your body's like, it's 2 o'clock, you need to act this way, Billy. Okay, so, yeah, you can probably get me anytime. Miss Sherry, or Herbie. Oh, don't you love when autocorrect messes up what you're trying to write? And you took it in, and then the body began to respond, especially at night, because it's like, I don't want to get up and go to the bathroom. I love how she said it there, because she says my kidneys couldn't hold it. Well, if your kidneys couldn't hold that toxin, but your body's trying to release it. But I also see how all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, because what if that energy that I saw is still there? Because sometimes when you fight and leave the room and your shit gets left behind. I can't tell you countless times how I will walk into energies of people's spaces and it's there. And it's like, God, I can just tell that somebody just had a nasty thought towards themselves or a nasty thought towards somebody else. You will pick it up, and that's the problem. Okay. So Sherry is from Indianapolis. That's a particular problem, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is, then you can do this. Now, Amy, I know you're getting tired, but at the same time, you're off balance. I want you to hold these buttons, please. Become aware of it. Stop, stop and notice how you've done things and then change it. You're welcome, Pilly. And thanks to Mama. So kick Mama out of her head. Pilly, you may want to go one more time to my Medicine Woman Solution.weebly.com. Look under Healing Tools of Thought Management, and you're going to have to kick your mom out of your head. Marriage is difficult. Okay, Sherry. That's where we're going to go. After Sherry, we have... Let me see what this is. Oh, Miss Pilly, God love her, picks 3 people of your choice. Amy, 11 people. Okay, so if you take all the names, I want you to, who has not had a reading or was asking for 1 minute or whatever, it doesn't matter. We can add your 1 minute, whatever. You just, if you want to read, whoever else. Okay, so we have Vicky and Tammy. We got to find out who else is in the room, because that's beautiful, Pilly. Thank you so much. We are so honored that paying it forward and giving that great love. We appreciate it so much. Tammy, we'll get to you. Ready? All right, so marriage difficulty. Okay, ready? This is what Spirits wants Sherry to understand. Here we go. The matters of the heart. So what they're saying is the word severed love, which means after an amount of time, there's a part of you that's just is like, it's an automatic response that I now have to do. The automatic response is, okay, so the words towards self. Let me just look. The key word is something about I have to make myself feel like shit, because sometimes, really. So in your, okay, if that's the case, understand that is something that is a pattern that people do in order to win. And what you did was suppress. So as soon as you would be cued, you would then go inward and change your, there you go. Did he somehow twist it so it was your fault? Okay, so pay attention in the room for those that are looking for that free reading. He had a long-term affair. Now, I feel he was also a narcissist. So you'll find that that's part of their protection, is as soon as they feel like they're threatened, then they have to shut that shit down. And that is what confuses you. What we're going to do, my dear, is, Sherry, I want you to feel how you feel towards your marriage, and I want you to honor yourself. And that is, I want you to take your left wrist, hold it up. You're going to take your thumb, put it right there. Not down here, not over here, but right here, underneath the thumb, right there. Put your finger there and 3 fingers. See? Just like that. You're going to push in your thumb to your forehead, okay? Sherry, I just want you to sit there with this. Excuse me. Sherry, I want... Now, I'm going to pause this. You have 2 minutes left. And what I'm going to do is, because this is so important, again, I wish I had my Zoom up, Amy. You're going to stay there and keep healing. Amy, you can stop doing that now. Amy, check in with Sherry if you can connect with her in some form. And she says it's a 10. So you're going to keep, when you feel it come down, Sherry, holler out. That'll be good. But Amy, is going to pay attention, and we want to get that gone. We want it down to 0. I want whatever those feelings are. The next person, which happens to be Tammy, I think she said first, and then take Vicky. Okay. Remember, I got 2 minutes left on the clock for her. Okay, Ames. Tammy, are you here? Sherry, keep holding, honey. You've got this. Just think it through. Feel it, breathe, just hold it, let the body do the healing. Let the body do the healing. Yes, I appreciate that wonderfully, Jennifer. Thank you so much. You started a trend. So, Tammy, are you here? Waiting for, yes, Tammy, are you ready? Is there anything specific thing that you would like to talk about? Anything you'd like to address? We can do that right now. If you have a headache, we can address that. Wow, my video keeps popping. No, stop now. Okay. All right. So when
her 1 minute question was, will Jag and I end up becoming a couple?
Okay, so I will do that. You asked if somebody is going to become a couple, and we will address that in the 6 minutes. Okay. All right. So if there's any other thing that you want to talk about, right, I'll look up. Red flags. Now, it's not about that you have to go into fear. All of a sudden, look at my face. My face is starting to change. That means it's like something that you need to face. So let me look at this. What are the red flags? Well, it's a pattern that your energy puts out. Okay. And your energy puts out, so you have to see this. This is the hopes and the dreams. But your soul is saying, if you choose any man, understand you have to address petrified. And I asked, well, what is the petrified about? Disapproval. And I said, okay, so there is, when you were 3 years old, you were disapproved, and you're petrified anybody that's a male energy. And I said, well, what happened? They said, well, there was a part of me that has a hard time being come about. And they said, well, I go into panic because I can't cope. I can't cope with when I'm scorned. Cope with this. This is what's going to be bringing into the relationship. And that's why they said, pay attention. And the third card was stay optimistic about your love life, but to take care of that particular red flag. This isn't even about him as much as it's about you carrying over. Tammy, the best thing for you to do is that if you understand, is that I don't want to get crushed. Can you feel this? Tammy, I want you to understand. If you can feel this, put it on the scale from 0 to 10. What I'm talking about, if it really bothers you, I will give you a healing tool and I will do what I just did for Sherry, which you have got to pay attention if you want to do that. There was a part of you as a little girl that was looking for acknowledgement. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Is it okay now? But it's going, and you're going to keep doing that until you heal that you just couldn't cope with. You didn't know how to cope with anything in particular. This lofty energy, it goes on and on. Your left wrist, put your thumb right there, finger, push in with that thumb, turn it around, place it on your head. And you're going to stay there and you're going to think this. You're just going to sit here and think this, think it through, think it through, think it through, think it through. Okay. And now what we're going to hard for you to make a clear decision, and anybody can persuade you to their side and it can throw you off. They're saying that you feel like you're just too weak to understand how to keep this compatibility going. Now, I'm not talking about a weak. It's just that the energy is not quite efficient enough. Okay. They're saying what happens is that when people expand, range you. And I asked, okay, what? And you says, well, like for instance, my love is unreceived. It literally, all this stuff that I done, all this greatness, all this love, you put love out and you're supposed to get it back, but I just feel like it's unreceived. Now I feel like I'm talking to the presence of this people are not there, even though they are up. Push in, look at it. Yeah, you're not going to get over the betrayal if the emotions still sit there. The point is what if you're not meant to stay with this person? And what if you deal with these things one at a time? You may have to have a private session with me just to let you know. Okay. But hold L1D, put that on a scale from 0 to 10. Look at betrayal at that because it also sits in the heart and you're going to heal this out. Okay. So you keep doing it and you can report back and then I will not go in as a depth because your time is up. But now we're going to go into, let's see, we're waiting for Tammy. You keep going and you keep healing. Good night, Jennifer. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you doing this. And it's way past your bedtime. Yeah, you are. You get a good night's sleep. We will talk to you later. Okay. So if nobody, so Teresa says, if nobody else wants it, I'll take it. Play, which is the problem here, is that you're going to have to, we need to find Email us. Yes. Because that is your common ground. If you email us, Amy is looking at the email. She has the 1 minute. Okay. So Julie's last name is what? Knoll?
Julie Knoll. Wondering if I can get a free 1 minute. Very grateful for all that you both do. Love listening and learning. Lots of love.
Good. We'd like to see you more of that. Keep your eye open. We'll have the tribal unit open, but it's for memberships only. So here we go. Julie Knoll. Julie, interestingly enough, it says that somebody around you has an inferiority complex. And when they go into that energy field, it morphs you into this energy field. It also rubs you the wrong way. What happens is you're like, oh my God, can't you just get over it? Puts you in an overwhelming position, which then causes you to be in a habit that throws off the erratic energy on you because you don't know how to stop your reaction to their reaction, which then causes this chain reaction. And then you just will say, can you get over it already type thing. It's just like, that's what's one. And they said that it has a lot to do with your old pattern was I have to become something out of sympathy. And you're like, but I'm tired of going into that manner and I want to change that manner. So become fully aware that this is what's happening for you. And you can call your energy back. And if you feel like you can't do it, put your hand up and do the OMG healing tool and change it in that direction. But one way or the other, there's a part of you that has to become aware, make a choice, and you can do some healing. You can even look at medicewomensolution.weebly.com and begin to use some of those healing tools. Look under healing tools. You'll see a whole list that can actually begin to help you. Okay. Now, what's the next minute email while we're waiting?
Ruth, and she was wondering why she was seeing 12 eagles flying around the other day.
Ah, yes. Ruth, you said?
Ruth.
Okay, Ruth. So the 12 eagles. Ooh, yes. So what was the message? Here it comes. They said, well, there's that fanatical energy. It's about how somebody constantly focus. And they said, notice that toward yourself, you need to break free from the connections of how you're supposed to focus. You take yourself to the next higher level, because it's not about a warning. It's about looking out going, I don't have to think like these people, and it's okay. I don't have to come aligned to this theory or that belief or that fear. I don't have to. So toward yourself, you're giving yourself new instructions, and that is learning that you don't have to take in other people's petrifiedness, even the people that you adore and love and have great charm and they think they know it. Consider the source, pull out, connect up to the Christ consciousness, and allow yourself to get joy. Change your thinking. Do what you need to do. And if you do have a lot of fear, I'm going to tell you, grab here and grab. Tammy is feeling a lot better. We're going to finish her 2-minute read. All right. Woo! Tammy, here we go. We're down. Okay, so good. Yeah, good job. You to use, think left brain. Grab this point right here. See? Right here. Not here. Here. You get lost and you don't know you're doing it. So we got to balance that part of your brain so you don't have to go there. Okay, here you go. And then if I were to have you rub, sometimes thoughts can be very toxic, and they want you to rub, Tammy, right here. We want which side? Left side. So grab your left foot between the two, big toe and the second toe, follow the two bones until they meet. That's where you rub. Good 30 times, left side only. Think left brain and then rub left side. Do that so we can balance out your left toward yourself. Say, stop. No, I don't have to, and turn it out. Okay? You just have to just stop. Become aware. Become aware. And then when you are done, there you go. You put your finger in your belly button and put one in your forehead. Push in and lift up if you want. Some people do up to 2, and then you'll be good. Are you making a wish, Amy? It looks like you're shaking, and making a wish.
I have 3 names.
Ah. Okay. That's what she's picking 3 names, and we're going to gift that last one. Can I get information on scheduling a private session? Yes. When you understand this private page, which I think is where you're on, now what you do is you look under services. Under services will show you a whole time. The more time you get, the cheaper I am. Even though I value myself, I value you too. So you go and you see how much any of those, just because they're named that Mighty Voice. Is that the one? Pam, Almighty Voice, you have won a gift. So just a second, and you'll tell you what your gift is in just a second. But you go in, if you want to make an appointment, you look under service, say, okay, I'm going to 30 minutes or an hour. Understand cheaper it is because I'm giving you the discount already written in there because that's important. Then you can go and click on booking a time, and it'll give you a time. Now I'm in South. Brenda is available at noon or 11, and then you put in South Australia 11 a.m. and then you put where you're at, and then what will happen is they'll tell you what time that'll be for you. Okay. Kevin says she is so worth the time and effort. Kevin, I'm watching you grow. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. And he says she has helped me tremendously. Thank you. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Okay, so now, we have another Kelly. I've got 2 Kellys at the exact same time. Kelly Spencer and Kelly, I can't read it. what is it? Mobile. So if you want a reading, understand, email, no matter what room you're in, that is the communication so we can communicate. Now, no, it was Pilly. Yes, Pilly. Pilly has donated money and to pay it forward for somebody else to get a reading. So thank you. You have been chosen as the third one. Would you like to play? However we want to do it. You get 6 minutes. And it's beautiful. You guys are wonderful.
To let you know, we're at the 3-hour mark.
Okay, so we will, that's good. Yeah, because we're oops. My Google kicked on. No. If it's a button, Spirit gives a card out. Maybe Spirit may pick out 10, maybe 20, or maybe all of a sudden decide to give everybody a card. But if you shared and we can see it, then Spirit usually gives you a card. And in the love button, Spirit will usually pick people and then, randomly pick out cards. And I will have people that say, oh my God, that was perfect timing. And that's the beautiful part of it. Okay. Thing just screwed up. But how are we doing? Where is Pam? If you can get a hold of Pam, then we'll play. Give me a 1 minute read. Who is it?
I don't have any more.
Okay, so you time stamped them just to make sure. Okay, so it's over 3 hours. We're just waiting for if we're going to now, anybody that wanted a reading that now have just popped in, you say reading please. Oh, there's Pam. Well, I'd like to address what's going on in your life. Do you need any physical help, healing? Do you need to, because we can help in many different ways. Amy, can you send the service and then we will go from there. We will get to Jacqueline in a moment as soon as Tammy says she feels so much better. Excellent. See, I want you to witness this. Now, all of you that had healings, which I should have said earlier, you need to witness it because ego will shut that shit down and go, it's just a make-believe. But you need to write it down. You need to witness because you want to graduate for the next part. Healing of past hurts. Okay, Miss Pam. Ready? And thank you, Pilly, for gifting this. And here we go. Now, Pam, they're saying that your 2-year-old self began to hear criticism and it was intentionally meant to hurt. What's amazing about that is that as you grew, it just seemed normal. Now it affects the way you want to take in love because you have chronologically aged, but you also have moved into more of an open mindset that you don't have to feel or think or be that way. And because of that, you're looking for something different, but you still have that old program of the criticism. And then how you warn yourself is you'll feel this very awkward feeling. Okay. You're consciously, you're like, oh, I've trained myself not to listen to that. But your body is saying, oh, behave a certain way. And you're like, no. You also know that you don't like being an it and it doesn't want to go there anymore. So that's good. Your energy is pulling out is that you love somebody more than they love you, or you have more chemistry than that person you choose. And they're saying, if you would look at the person that's before you or the next person that you are attracted to, it goes back to how you were attracted to that criticism, the stuff from when you were little. You're literally repeating a particular story and you are energetically pulling those type of people in. And you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. Now you're like in the conflict. I don't want to do it anymore, which makes a lot of sense. So now the old part of you is saying, oh, look, this is what we're attracted to. Oh, yeah, this is. You got two different stories going on. You may have evolved here. How to help it begin to address this is that we have to take care of how you are petrified and it's in the heart area. Yes, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Put it on a scale from 0 to 10. Give it a 10. And then if you're ready to play, you're going to hold left wrist, put your thumb right here, Okay, put your thumb right here, push in, finger in the middle, hand like this, see? And you're going to go like this. And you're going to sit there and you're just going to hold this and just go and think about what I just said, because without you knowing it, you're out of balance and you don't know it. Okay? As you do this, if you want to play, you have to let me know, and then I'll stop the timer and then we'll come back. You have to try this. I hate this delay. And what you're going to focus on is I don't know what to do. I don't finger in that position like this and hold it. Thumb's got to go in deep. What number is it? A 10? Is it a 10? And then you're going to keep your hand there and you're going to heel that out. And then we're going to do a reading. So I stopped the timer. We're going to go to Tracy Perkins and then Jacqueline. Teresa Perkins, did her email ever come through? Where's Jacqueline? I lost her. And Louise Mercer. So did I just imagine Jacqueline's name? I swear to God it was there. There she is. Amy, hold on. I can't hear you. I don't know why.
I was muted so you don't hear me typing.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say your lips are flapping, but I can't hear you. Okay, what?
Yeah, Jackie's in there.
Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to, the TP is what I said. The TP's come through.
Yeah.
What did TP want? Just anything? Knew I'd come alive. I will survive. I can't remember the first part of the words, but it's like, I'll survive, whoever that singer is. And that song is playing in my heart, and I can't help it's coming outside. I survived. And then,
I will survive.
yes. Okay, so now it becomes a habit. That's your theme song. It's great you have a theme song, but we're going to heal this out. And you're going to fear of judgment. That's why I survive. So you need to go L1D. Sorry, I'm not a singer, but I had to get that out of my head. I had to hear spirit sing to me. Okay, you do that. Get that healed. We'll go on to, where's Jacqueline? There's Jacqueline. Are you still with me? So Jacqueline, if you're still here, and we will go down.
I see her.
Okay, good. So Jacqueline, and then we'll go to Louise. Not sure if other people feel that way, but at the same time, because of this honeymoon feeling, you will end up doing what they want. You won't realize that you've said, sure, I'll do this. Sure, I'll set it. So it sets you up to keep repeating what they want. And you're like, but how did I give them instructions to treat me this way? It's through the honeymoon phase. And they said, it's time to set yourself free. You need to wake up to that particular pattern and just I can take and get out of the dogma, a particular way of this is the way it's supposed to be. I really want to sit down and communicate. And if you don't want to, then so what? Okay, because then you're going to notice the red flags, notice how they will do self-justification, how they'll talk you into doing particular things. And you just write those down, catch the pattern. I don't need to be gaslighted. I don't need to be man-explained. I don't need to do this. You know what? We're moving into a direction. Please move with me. If you don't, then, so you're going to be, I feel like you're really strong and ready to become stronger. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Gloria Gaynor. Oh, Gloria Gaynor, I will survive. Thank you. Yep, we got it right. Wonderful. Okay, now who did I see? I saw a Mercer. Didn't I have a Mercer? Is she here? Louise Mercer? She said reading, please. Hopefully you're.
A clock on the computer, and I don't have.
Wow. Okay, so it's 3:13. 3:13. 3:13. She's also doing heart. So she becomes very talkative. There's an engram, so everything equals everything. So she'll see red, and then gave me the cue with the way they talk. They pout, and so they show us different behaviors, and so you go into a particular behavior, and it's like we want to change that. Okay. And you're waiting for the scoring, you're waiting for the scoring, and that is what they want you to heal. And that's what's trapped into the heart. Okay. So I would definitely say you need to heal that out of the heart. And again, if people don't understand what that is, you take 2 seconds and you put your L1D as well, put your thumb in deep, take what I said, put it on a scale from 0 to 10. I was playing with somebody. Who was I playing with? Pam. Pammy, talk to me, sweetheart. Where are we at? If you got the number down, tell me what's going on. Checking out the rest of the rooms. You know what? It's amazing how they can just shut it off so I don't have to pee. And the moment I have to leave here, it's like, wow, where'd the flood come from? Well, you sit here for 3 hours and 15 minutes, drink coffee or water. And I haven't had any water yet, but it happens. Mm-hmm. And Amy gets to sit there and drink and eat and go pee and then come back. And it's like, geez. You know, no, I'm not jealous. Just teasing. So I'm very proud of you guys. Understand, you are the sustainable healer. You have your healing tools in your hands. You have them in your body. Your body wants to connect. It wants to heal. It wants to grow. Your body wants you to evolve. Your higher self is waiting for you. It's just like, come and knock on my door. What is the song theory? Stop it. I don't want Three's Company. Anyway, it is there. Okay. So we appreciate all the people that have gifted. Understand all those people. Now, see, Pilly just got her name in how many times? 4 times, because she paid for someone for her own and 3 for others. So Pilly got her name in the drawing 4 times. Jennifer got her name in twice. Wait, did she do it twice or 3 times? Hold on, I've got to check.
I know.
Maybe there was another one. I gotta find where. I have to check that one out.
No, I'm on the wrong page. Nope, I don't see her.
Okay. Okay, Pam, sweetie pie. Okay, if nobody else in the room is, everybody's got their 1-minute reads. That's great. We're just waiting on Pam to see how to finish that off. Hopefully she comes back. We'll give it a few minutes. If she doesn't come back, then I'll just finish it up, the 2-minute timestamp. Tonight I have my show. It'll be early for you guys, late for me. And the blah, 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 blah. And then we have another show I do on Thursday, which is your Wednesday. And it's about like this time here, but it starts at 1. That is definitely healing. Some of these prices I feel like I need to figure out, because Thursday, I Spirit wants to do it, because sometimes it's just a general reading without a healing. That's a different story. But if I have to expend more energy, then I have to keep the balance. So we will have to ask. Kevin says, I'm so excited. I've managed to work through my quick triggers lately. Oh, yay. Brenda has enabled me to become aware of so much. It has helped me so much. Thank you, B. Kevin, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was thinking about your headaches. You haven't had any, have you had a bunch of headaches? Have you gotten over that? Mood. Because I can walk around and I'm in a good mood all the time. And when I see people's triggers go off, boom, 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 it's like I'm waiting for them to come back. Or do you want me to give you who has not been able to come back on for whatever reason? I promised her 2 minutes. And so this is her timestamp.
I think she's gone, because I think she thought you were done with her.
We'll have to email her. Email her.
7 minutes ago.
Oh, I wasn't done. Are you still there? I'll mention something for too long. That my habit has gotten to the point where it turns into self-abuse. I have to, a prostitute would be sitting there. What I have to do, what I have to give up on myself to get something. I can't remember the exact words, but it's something that I have to acknowledge. And that I feel like I'm deficient in the ability to wanted her to come back. So, because see, now there's still a little bit more in her L1D. And then in that case, there it is. Because what that does is that vibrates at a very low rate, causes her to jump right into stress. what? People have control. And then I just hear, I just need help. Okay. Also, you can, and anytime you feel like you're obsessing, you got to first become aware of when you are obsessing, how you're obsessing, and notice that as a tool and kind of expected of you. You're fighting yourself. So you really are going to have to look at that little boy, that 5-year-old boy that says, I can't have what I want. And so your body goes into, the right brain goes into overdrive, and I can't figure it out, and your triple warmer goes off. When you do that, I think you can consistently say right brain, right side, and rub here to help bring it back down. And do I need to do the left? And then we'll see how that works so I would say pay attention to that. You guys have been awesome. I'm glad that you take me up on my, become a member so that we can all start to really take and learn this glossary of becoming a spiritual human. Moving, one of the things is people will say, well, I wrote this letter, and then they'll send it to me. I'll say, okay, notice how here is you're looking for some particular outcome, that they can remove the judgment and heal all this stuff. And so there's many, this is an endless gift I have here. But to say, remember to resolve to evolve. Amy's asleep.
Heal instead of heal.
You can heal that.
Feel it to heal it.
Exactly. And one of the things I always like to say to everybody, stay blessed, because that is the most